Hello there everyone, my name is Clink, and welcome back to Dark Souls. So, last time we defeated the Bell Gargoyles, and I think we went to the Undead Asylum for a little bit. Today, I would like to go into a new area, an optional area, called Darkroot Garden. What I'm going to do first is level up Endurance some more, so we're getting Vitality, Endurance, and Strength all pretty close to 20. And I'm also... actually, I'll do it here in a minute. I need to not forget about it, though. Because we are going to go right past Andre and down here to our next area. So, you do not need to come here at all if you don't want to, but it has a boss that will maybe give us some extra levels. And it also has this guy, which this is a Titanite Demon. These are pretty tough, but if you've upgraded your weapon to +5 already, which... after the Bell Gargoyles, I definitely think you should. Then this guy will not be too awful, but he is pretty tough. Honestly, I think he's about as hard as the bosses up to this point have been. I remember this guy pounding me into the ground for like 30 minutes when I first played this game. So, usually sticking behind him will avoid most attacks. The tail does a little bit of damage, but there we go. He'll go down. I think, yeah, 2,000 souls, and you can also get some Demon Titanite, which Demon Titanite is a variant of Titanite that will upgrade boss weapons if you acquire any of those. But yeah, you can come out here into the nice green forest of Darkroot. It's very dark down here. It's very foggy and you can't really see the sky, but you can kind of see this area from some other areas. There's a path over there. We'll go down that later. It might be today, it might not be. I honestly could not tell you. But I do recommend killing all these little shrub guys, because they actually have a chance to drop some moss clumps, which we're going to want. We're going to need a lot of them, in fact. So getting some now can be pretty nice. I knew you were one, but you just don't want to come out. They stagger quite easily at the very least, because they do a decent chunk of damage, unfortunately. The most common one they'll drop is the blood red one, which will negate any bleed buildup on you, at least. Which we saw that I got some bleed when, I think it was when I got attacked by the skeletons in the graveyard. One of them inflicted bleed on me, and that's why I died. Or it was part of the reason, at least. The other part was I was stuck in a corner and they were all just hitting me with their swords. But right here is going to be a bonfire that we're going to go on ahead and light. This is the first illusory wall we're seeing of the game, I do believe. Yeah, they're a nice little trick that FromSoft put into the game just to troll us. This door we'll come back to later. I say this area is optional, but you do have to do this part of the area later on in the game. But this part of it is open to us now, and this is about the right time to do it. So, of course, we're going to. Can you not kill the... Okay, I thought you could. I was gonna say. If you pick up the item in the center there, these guys will come out, but you can just take them out like this. And, oh man, I forgot to... Oh, before I pick up the item, actually, I'm going to go on ahead and become human. Hopefully I don't die in this area. Some of the enemies here are kind of hard, but... hopefully it'll be fine. I want to be human because I'm going to summon an NPC for the boss. I'm not really trying to solo all the bosses or anything. I'm not trying to flex my skill in this playthrough, so I'm going to probably summon NPCs for quite a few of the bosses that you can do so, just to show what they're like and whatnot. But I don't know, I don't want to come off as weird about that. It's just... I just think it'd be interesting to do. And oh yes, I got at least one. Okay. So, there's purple moss clumps and there's blooming purple moss clumps. Purple ones will get rid of any poison buildup, which we're going to need for Blighttown. But the blooming ones will get rid of toxic, which is basically super poison. And don't worry, this isn't the boss. And is also in Blighttown. I really, really wanted at least a little bit of blooming moss clumps for it. But these guys are the tough enemies here. These are going to be the Stone Knights. They do a lot of damage, and they have this one specific thing that they can do that makes them very difficult to deal with. As you can see, the Claymore deals with them fairly alright, and ooh, the Stone Great Shield, that's a pretty rare drop, I do believe. Basically, they have this spell that they can cast that slows you down. You can't roll, you can only very, very slowly walk if they cast it. That's it right there. So get away so you don't get hit by it. If you get close to them, I believe it still inflicts you. It's either you get close to them or you get in the radius of where they casted it from. Oh yeah, it's definitely the radius where they casted it from. Or, sorry, close to them. Ooh, wow. The lock on there. You would have thought I was playing Elden Ring with that. I jest, but I'm also, like, kind of serious about that. The lock on Elden Ring is kind of nuts. But, you know, we'll get to that when we eventually get to Elden Ring in, like, 10 million years. There we go. Because most of the attacks in, like, this game and Demon Souls really don't, like, track you super hard like they will in later games, because some of the later games just have these, like, kind of gotcha rolls that bosses will do just to, like, roll catch you. Dark Souls 1 does not do that nearly as much. Okay, I'm trying to be careful about this, because that item over there is something I really want, but there's just so many enemies guarding it, and you gotta be really careful to not... Oh, wow, how did you not hit me there? I feel like I should top up on my health. Get around behind him. 1, 2... I think it's 4 hits, right? Or is it 5? It's 5, okay. That's fine, though. I think I might have just not hit the sweet spot at all on him, though. Because there's a certain point on, like, your sharp blades that is a sweet spot. But yeah, this is the Elite Knight set. This is what you see the character wearing on the cover. And honestly, it's it might be a kind of plain Jane answer, but it's my personal favorite armor set in the game. I really like it. I really like your traditional, like, fantasy setup, so just your standard looking knight armor looks pretty darn sick to me. And this one I'm just gonna go for it on. There we go. Take him out. We're already pretty close to the boss. I think I'm gonna just fight it, because why not? And then we'll do the rest of the area. But I am gonna kill... Oh, you're still alive. I've never actually seen this thing get up and move around, I'm gonna be honest. There should be one more golem. Yeah. The stone golems, their sword and their shield are 2 items that you will need for the platinum if you want to get that achievement. So you kind of end up farming these guys if you want it. But if you are human, you can find Witch Beatrice down here. To my knowledge, at least, this is the only spot this NPC shows up. You never, like, talk to her regularly. You don't, like, see her again. And also, I just want to point out, got a nice butt now that we're human. That has nothing to do with the rest of the game, but I just thought it was necessary to point out. But yeah, the boss is right up here. This is a completely optional fight. Probably one of the worst bosses in the game. I don't really hate it as much as some people do, but it involves a lot of waiting around, which is why I actually bought Beatrice here. This is the Moonlight Butterfly, created by Seath to be a menace, but essentially it'll fly around and shoot some of these magic attacks at you. Ironically, Beatrice can make this harder in a way because she'll block your way with dodging some attacks like this. But what she should do is lock on and just spam her spells so that she can damage it while it's flying around. So if you're a magic build, this boss will probably be much easier than if you're a melee build. Because melee builds will have to wait around for the Moonlight Butterfly to just come down onto the ledge, but with Beatrice here, she'll start spamming spells. Eventually it'll come down though, and you can start hitting it. It'll eventually do this explosion that you'll need to back away from, but it's a pretty easy boss overall. especially if you bring Beatrice. You saw how much damage she was doing. It was kind of nuts. But yeah, up here is going to be what the Moonlight Butterfly guarded, which is interesting because we're going to get a key up here. We're also going to get an Ember. This is the Divine Ember. You can give this to Andre to go down the Divine Path, which I've been thinking about doing for my Claymore. The regular path is probably the best one though, so I'm going to stick with that. But I might try to get a second Claymore and do a Divine Claymore as a secondary to swap to, just because the Divine Path is actually kind of useful for one area. I will maybe talk about weapon infusions a little more later. I got a red Titanite chunk last time from the Black Knights, and that's for like the fire and chaos weapon paths. Essentially, you can infuse your weapons with different elements, but in this game, it's a much bigger pain than it is in Dark Souls 2 going forward all the way to Elden Ring. It's kind of more similar to Demon Souls, where you gotta have specific upgrade materials to go down one certain path. But there's a way to get some certain weapons down a path, because you can just find them laying around. But yeah, this tree we can go ahead and kill, and we're gonna go this way. I could have just done this earlier, but I was like, why not? We're over here, we'll just kill the boss. And you can find these weird things. I have no idea what these are, but they drop green blossoms, which consuming one will give you higher stamina regeneration for a little bit, which is actually a really nice buff that we're going to have permanently pretty soon if I get to that today. But I want to show all of what we can do here in Darkroot Garden for the time being. And I want to say I want to just keep going to the right here. There's a certain item that I always forget how to get to, but I feel like it was somewhere over here and I just missed it. No, we're fine still. Okay. It's a certain ring. I think it's the wolf ring, or is it it's either the wolf ring or the Leo ring. I think it's the wolf ring, which will boost your poise, which is a stat I haven't really talked about much. Oh, it's right here. Your poise is basically your ability to not flinch when getting hit. The higher the number is, the more attacks you can just like stand there and tank. Poise is very, very strong in Dark Souls 1, and I mean very, very strong. Oh, you jerk. There's a certain armor set we'll get later on in the game that has like really, really high defense. Its poise is off the charts. Essentially you won't be able to roll with it on just about any character, but it doesn't matter. You don't need to roll if you just take no damage from literally anything. And let's just back away here. Let's not die. I don't want to lose my humanity. Well, obviously the humanity like number won't be lost, but the humanity state is lost when you die, so that's something to be careful about. I really want to take these guys out and just deal with the Stone Knight. When did you take so much damage? Ooh. All right, I'm just gonna risk it. All right, there we go. Goodbye, sir. Anything for me? No. I don't really think there's too much that's really interesting over here. Maybe a soul, a consumable soul or something. But you can kind of see. Oh no, this doesn't see down to what I thought it did for some reason. Soul of a Proud Knight. That's like 2,000 souls though. That's pretty handy dandy, helpful, whatever. And actually, this is a good area to come to for the end of this, because it's going to loop towards what I want to go to next anyways, so... unintentional win on that one. But yeah, another Stone Knight. We'll go ahead and deal a few hits. Uh-oh. Okay, we got out of range. Good. Yeah, if he got me with that too much, like, that can really be bad. Alright, I think we're fine. No, we are not fine. Yeah, if you try to roll, you'll end up doing that. But all is good. Because what is up here is the ring I was talking about, but it also kind of loops right back to the start of the area. So this is that first path we were going down. So we can just jump down here, and we're actually where I want to be, because I want to, the same bonfire. Actually, I want to go to the bonfire because I need to level up. But this bonfire will still be good for the next part of the area, which is the Darkroot Basin. I think I know where I'll actually end this video, because it'll be a nice in-between on what I want to do today and in the next part. So, oh god, these guys following you never wants to let you rest at this bonfire. Which, the next part will probably be where I have some deaths because of something we're gonna fight, but let's go up to 20 endurance, 20 vitality, level 27 already, wow. And with our Soul of a Proud Knight, we can pretty easily get another level, I think. I think I need 5,000 to level up, so I'll use another Nameless Soldier Soul. You might have also noticed from the Moonlight Butterfly, I got a soul from it. That's the first boss that will drop its soul within this game. You can use those to forge specific weapons that are usually pretty solid, or you can just consume them for extra souls. The Moonlight Butterfly soul kind of sucks though. It's only 1200, so it's not that worth using. But if you just really don't care for the weapons or whatever, you know, feel free. But man, you guys are just all already up. All right, I'll take the chances to get some more moss clumps though. I'm not gonna complain about that. But yeah, the Darkroot Basin here has some stuff that I want to do now, some stuff that I'm going to do later. We'll actually have to come back here to access the DLC content, but that won't be for quite some time. Usually I do the DLC right before the final boss, so I'll finish all the base game stuff and then do the DLC. Yeah, Darkroot Basin's technically considered a different area, but it might as well all just be the same thing. But yeah, there's a crystal lizard right here. We're gonna go on ahead and take it out, and hopefully, yes, large titanite shards, perfect. That means that I'll be able to get a +7 because it dropped some of those. Yeah, the few crystal lizards that you can find at this point in the game are pretty good to go kill in hopes of getting the large shards, since that'll be the next tier that we need. But having a guaranteed +7 going into the next couple areas is going to be huge. So that's the way that we're going to have to go, or not like have to, but it's actually going to lead right into the next area. But the main reason I'm here, or one of the two main reasons, because there's two really good items here, is actually down here. You're going to find a Black Knight with the halberd, which the Black Knight halberd is arguably the best weapon in the game. It's undoubtedly one of the best weapons in the game. It has a really fast attack speed. It has a very high attack rating. It is just an excellent weapon all around that can just destroy this entire game. It's used for speed runs. And down here is the Grass Crush Shield. This is what I'm really here for. So this only has 95% physical block reduction, but it slightly speeds stamina recovery. You don't need to use it in your hand. You can just have it in your offhand and two-hand. You'll still get the buff. You'll see it kind of shimmering around me, and you can see it under my health and stamina bar. Very good shield. The Grass Crush Shield plus Claymore combo is probably one of the best in the entire game, really, so we're pretty good looking forward, but I think that this will be a good spot for me to end for today. So I'll end this part here, and I'll see you guys next time, where we'll wrap up Darkroot Basin, and we'll head off to the lower Undead Burg for one of the most infamous bosses in the game. So probably a lot of death next time. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.